Howdy, Possum Patty and little Miss Titi here. She wants to get in the picture. There she is. And I have been crafting with 3 different products from Craspire, Create and Inspire. And they are, number 1, these floral washi tapes that are flower petals, very interesting to work with. And number 2, acrylic half round pearls. And this is the one that has the pastel colors on it. I do have white also. And number 3 are these awesome metallic pens. Now these look excellent on black paper. And we'll get to that in a minute. So the first project I did, now I got these back in the winter, but you know, the floral petals and everything were just so springy. I was like, let me save these for some spring projects. And the first thing I made were some flower fairies. And these are napkins on fabric. And you can see the little half round pearls there. And I also used the washi tape flower petals. That's her wings right there. And I made a little collection. You can see the flowers there with the half rounds. And she's got the pearls on her neck right there. So I have this collection of fairies. And I made those for this journal that I'm working on. And I'm making a flower-shaped journal. I'm making a flower-shaped journal if I can get it to go the right way here. Oh, I don't have the back on. This is the parts I have to put together. This is the part that I finished. So this is my flower fairy journal. And those fairies are for this journal. So let me just get these out of the way for a second. I got my kitty helper here with me, the studio supervisor. And then my second project in my little golden book, this is my spring journal. And I have, well, sort of like March from late winter, early spring through the spring. And I made this wonderful pocket. And I used the flower petals. These are all washi tape flower petals. And I put the little half rounds in the center of each flower. And then there was a butterfly on one of the tapes. So I cut out some of the butterflies and put them in too. So this is a pocket. So I'll put a journaling card in there. Like that. She keeps pushing the book. So that was my second project. And then I was like, what could I do? What could I do with all 3 products in one project? Well, I'm also working on another journal. Where is it? Stand by. And this is my mushroom fairy journal. I keep putting things too close to the camera. I have to learn to hold them back so you can see. You can see the fairies in the window there. So this is fairies and flowers and mushrooms. So I've been doing, just springy and flowers and fairies and just having a blast creating all that. So I decided, because all that's on the brain right now, that I would do something a little bit different, but still with the fairies and the flowers. And I came up with a tag I'm calling In the Night Garden. And this is my tag Moonflower first. This is my first Moonflower tag. So let me show you. And here it is. So this is the white moonflower, and I use the daisy petals because they're white. Now there are flowers that do bloom in the moonlight, and that's because their pollinators are insects that fly at night, you know, like a moth or something. So that is the moonflower. And I just overlapped some of those petals, and I used the metallic pens. I used the sort of bronzy color one for the center of the flower, and of course the green one. I only have two colors, the green ones for the leaves there. And then I decided to design a fairy, and I used the half round pearl for her head. You see that? And I used two of the flower petals for her wings. Now I also have a roll of this washi tape that is hearts. So these are all hearts. So I took a heart and I made the heart her dress. That's the blue part there. And then I took the markers and I filled in like a skirt part, and then I put her legs and her arms there. Then I decided to put a little piece of black yarn to give her some hair. And then I added some of my gel pens. I used the white gel pen to put the stars in the background. And I used the green gel pen. These are metallics, the green one is, to put the stamens on the moonflower. And then of course I added some black lace at the top of the tag. I just sewed it on with my sewing machine, but I hand stitched this moon. I've got some of these sequin moons that are sort of like holographic. And so I wrote on the back, Mayflower. I was out looking at the Mayflowers the other day. Moonflower #1 in the night garden, Possum Patty. So what I'm going to do today is show you now step by step how I made this tag. So come on along. So I want to show you exactly how I made this little fairy in the night garden tag. Very simple, very easy, absolutely zero artistic ability you need to make this little fairy, okay? But I have an extra tag, so I don't know, maybe we'll play around with something different on that tag. Ooh, I've got all these little drills here. I bet you they would make good little stars there, make it twinkly. Well, maybe we'll do that. There's always something you can do. Okay, the very first thing I did was take these petals of the white flower that looks like a daisy. Now these are washi tape, floral washi tape rolls from Craspire. And let's see, on some of them I did put just a little bit of glue to hold them down while I was working. And I sort of want it not to look like a daisy, because these things are very versatile. I'm using them for fairy dresses, fairy wings, and of course flowers. So I'm just using 4 of the petals. I've used these on several projects already, but this set comes with 8 different kinds, so you've got a lot of things you could do with these. Now, when I was doing my spring garden with these petals, I put the petals down on white cardstock, and then I cut them out. I made the little flowers and I cut them out, and I used them that way because the white backing made them just very vibrant and colorful. And I love that look for the garden. But this is the night garden. This is the night garden. So I want them to have just that little bit of shade of darkness coming through, like that. Okay. Then I took the metallic pen. I will list all these below. And I just kind of filled in over here. And do as much as you want. And they actually dry a little lighter than when they go down. Whoops, and I put my finger right in it, of course. Okay, careful now. And then I just kind of made a leaf. Just go up and come back. Simple, 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 simple. Simple, simple leaf. And then I took a thinner pen. I made that one green. Maybe we'll make this one pink. And this is a metallic Jelly Roll pen. I keep wanting to put my finger right there where that is. And from the center, I came up and just made some flower stamens. Like that. And then I took a black pen and I did some doodling. Should I be zoomed in a little bit more? Let me come in just a little bit for this part. And I just took the pen and just made some wiggly lines around the edge of each petal. And this is just a black pen from the Dollar Tree, but you can use whatever you have. Okay, when that metallic pen dries, I'm gonna make some little leaf on there, some little leaf veins. I went around this. Is it dry? It might be dry. No, I'll give that a second to dry. All right, and what should we do on this one? Okay, I'm going to move this out of my way. So let's try something different. I've got things all over the desk here. I want a light color. Maybe, where's the light pink one? Oh, you're there. I wonder how these light pink ones would look. Oh, I've got two. I better put some glue because I've already stuck this down to a couple of things. I was just trying it out for size, for looks, auditioning it. Now these pink ones are different shapes and sizes. Well, that's interesting. That is interesting. I don't know if it shows up as much as the white, but it is a night garden. So we'll give it some stamens. Okay. Let's do some leaves. Okay, we're going to make this one a little different, right? So this one's going to have 4 leaves. I'm just making this up now as I go along. So there's actually 4 leaves coming off of that one. And now I'm going to go back to this one. And I'm going to go around the edge, up the middle, and just put a couple of side veins. Very simple, very simple. You're just doodling, scribbling actually. Okay, now we've got to let that one dry. So I'm going to show you how I made this fairy first. I'll let that one dry. So we'll work on this one. Okay, the very first thing I did was pick out one of these acrylic half rounds. And the light pink, I guess, which is sort of a flesh tone. You got bright pink and greenish blue. And I did put a drop of beacon glue. Oh wait, I decided when I did that one I wanted to change it a little bit. I wanted to put the heart on first and then put the head over it. So let's make this one different color. Here's a pretty pink. So I'm just going to get the pink heart. And then I put a little drop of glue. For the head. All right, she needs wings, and maybe these yellow. I got a yellow petal here. That one has sort of blue and pink wings. This one is pink, maybe with some yellow wings, and these are just flower petals. But I need another yellow one. Now this roll has different colors on it. Got a bunch of purples and then a yellow and a peach. So I've got to get down to where that yellow one is. A little dab of glue. I used the green just to fill in the bottom of her dress. And then I put a little thing here by the wings. And I'm thinking about hair. Maybe we'll give her a different color hair. I do have this black here, but let me look for a different color. I've got this really fun, soft, fake fur yarn. And I think I wouldn't need very much, just a little tiny piece. Give her some hair. Oh yeah. To go out a wild hairdo. She's got a wild hairdo. I could tame it down a little bit. I love this. It's so soft and such a soft color too. Alright, so just use a drop of beacon glue. On the back of her head. Got to get the hair out of her eyes. She's got to see where she's flying. Okay, I'm going to let this one sit for a moment. And I'm going to doodle on this one. Again, just a wiggly line around. You can put a little black under the stamen if you want. All right. So which one do we like better? I still like the white one for some reason. I don't know if that yellow one is, the pink one is coming out bright enough. I could, stand by, I could put the petals on white and see if I like that better. I do like it better. I just put the petals on a piece of white cardstock, cut it out and pasted it back down. I do like it better. I like the white on the black, but I did not like the pink on the black. So, if you don't like it, change it. Now, let's see. What if we do something different with the fairy on this one? Let me get a heart. I haven't used a green heart yet. But I'm going to put this fairy sort of going up a little bit instead of down. See, these two are going down. So I'm going to make this one going up. Get back a frame here. So I put down the heart. I didn't put the details on that one yet. So I'm going to glue the parts here. While that's drying, we'll go back and work on the details on that one. So now I need a head. Oops. I got my thread there for doing the top parts. And stick that down. I think she's going to have pink hair too. Too much glue, I know. Alright, so wings. Wings, wings, wings. Okay, since I'm not using this for the flower in this one, I could use this for the wings. And I could alter them a little bit. And I think that would be perfect. So let me get another petal. And I'm just going to lay this on here so I get them about the same size. Okay, so now I have 2 wings. I put a little bit of glue stick on there. Okay. And let's use the green to make her skirt. Am I in frame still? Yes. Okay. A little bit back there. Oh, we should glue the hair while we're here. So I'm going to use this pink again. I can find the end of it. You need just a little. You can use anything if you've got, you know, some threads, like some leftover bits of embroidery floss, thread, yarn, crochet, thread, embroidery floss, whatever you have, whatever kind of fiber you have, you can use that. Just use what you have. Okay, so this one's, I think only half of that is glued on. Not easy to tame a fairy's hair while they're in mid-flight. Okay, so we're going to let that one dry. And we're going to take our black pen. And just put some vein lines in the wings like a butterfly. Of course, I probably should have done that before I put the hair on, right? And I just made some wiggly scribblies on the dress also. Nothing fancy, just, I don't know, like to doodle. Okay, now, this is the tricky part. It's not tricky. You might think it's tricky, but it's not. But I'm going to have to turn these sideways. Just checking, see if we're in frame here. Now, arms and legs. No problem whatsoever. I'm using the metallic pen that I got from Craspire. And I'm going to draw a straight line and then a dot. And you make the dot separate from the line like that. And that's her foot. And then I got the back of her knees. I just put one extra dot there. And then you do the same. And then you do the same thing. I know I'm going to be fussing with this hair, right? For the arms. Oops. And the hands, just like that. And that's all there is to it. If you want to give her some elbows, you can just put a tiny dot there. And this pen dries a little bit lighter, then it goes down. So there are 2 fairies. So the flower's done, the fairy's done. She's not dry, but she's done. The next thing I did was, with my white gel pen, just make little tiny stars because it's nighttime. Like little X's. Try to be a little bit random. Unless you want to draw a specific constellation. Good luck. And then, you know, we have stars further away, and they're just like tiny dots. Starry, starry night. The ones with the pink hair have wild hair. Wild hair. Okay. Alright, so let me do that one more time so you can see with this one. Go around the wing, just put in some veins. Basically scribble around the edge, and then like pleats in a skirt. Same thing down here. And that's it. Basically you're just sort of scribbling on it. Just to give it some black lines. Take your gold metallic pen. Now this one's going up. So we're going to give her, if you press hard and then lift as you move the pen, it gets thinner, see? And then sort of lift while you're moving. Let me show you that with her legs. So start close to the body, press down, and as you go out, just kind of lift a little bit. Just like that. And there's the fairy. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put the stars here, and then I'll show you how I did the tag. I just decided to see how these drills would look. These are leftover drills from a diamond painting project. And I am just putting, oops, making a mess. I'm just putting a drop of glue. That was too big of a drop on here. And I think I do like the way they look. Glue is very stringy. I didn't feel like going into the other room and getting a toothpick, so I'm using this skewer that just happened to be in my jar of pens and brushes that is in front of me. I think a toothpick would work much better, but so I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just using this, put a little dot like that. Get a drill, stick it on. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just going to take a piece of lace and fold it in half, and I'm going to sew it to the top of the tag. I think I put that star a little too high. I'm going to have to move that star down a little bit. And this one's too high. All right, I got to move a couple stars, and then I'm going to take this over to the machine and sew that on right there. Okay, all I have left to do is to sew on my moon, my crescent moons. I'm just using some embroidery thread here because it's the night garden and you have moonflowers, so you have to have a moon. Just put a couple stitches in where these little holes are. And I'm just going to run the needle underneath the tag there. And now come up the bottom. Just a couple of stitches. Now each tag has 11 stars. Yeah, so I made 3 tags because that's a magical number. There's 11 diamonds on each because that's the prime star number. But there are 5 fairies in each fairy tribe. So if you're going to deal with fairies, you have to remember the magical numbers. There are more magical numbers coming up, but you'll have to stay tuned for those. Now all I have to do is sign the back. If you don't have any moon sequins, you can cut them out of material. You can cut them out of anything. You can make a paper tab and make paper moons. Paper moon. And I've signed the back. I have 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. So this is number 1, Moonflower Fairy in the Night Garden. And number 2 out of 3, Moon Fairy in the Night Garden. And number 3. This one I made a little bit differently. She even has a different moon, different phase of the moon there. So thanks for coming along, and one more time I will link these products below, and don't forget to use my link and my discount code if you would like to get these products, the floral washi, the acrylic pearls, and the metallic pens. Happy junk journaling. Bye bye.